Creepy, shocking, or bone-chilling, drones have taken their due place in capturing the most outrageous and unbelievable things thanks to its outstanding reach. Let's take a look at some of the most chilling discoveries that no one would have seen otherwise. Loch Ness Monster. Humans have been fascinated by the idea of something unknown lurking in the deep, dark waters, and we rarely capture a sighting or two. Sometimes they are real and unexplainable. Other times, it's just a hoax. But this time, a drone flying over a lake caught something big appearing in the water. Is that a Loch Ness Monster or something else hiding in the waters? You be the judge of that. Circling reindeer. Recently, bizarre videos of different animals have been surfacing on the internet that's creating panic among the people. And now, this video was captured by a drone showing about 100 reindeers walking in a circle like they've been hypnotized. Many people believe that these are biblical signs indicating the end of times, or some big natural disaster is about to hit. It's a mystery that is making the experts scratch their heads. Floating with sharks. This drone footage shows a swimmer floating over a bed of sharks with absolutely no care for her life. The clip was taken off the coast of the Maldives by a tourist with a drone. The guys were out snorkeling when they saw this school of nurse sharks, who are harmless to humans for the most part, and one woman decided to float with them. This is a great way to be one with nature, until a huge shark mistakes you as food. Then you become part of nature forever. Moving tree. Usually, drones are flown to capture the beautiful views, but sometimes it can capture moments that are quite mind-boggling or bizarre, just like this one, when a drone flown over a thick wooded area captured a couple of trees in the middle of the woods that were moving on their own. If it was due to the wind, all the trees surrounding them should have moved as well, but it seems like something really powerful is moving them. Could that be a Bigfoot? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Whale explodes. A very recent incident of a whale explosion was recorded in Taiwan in 2019. A truck was carrying the corpse of a 17-meter sperm whale to the National Cheng Kung University in Tainan, in southern Taiwan, for an autopsy. But while on the way, the belly of the 60-ton whale exploded due to internal decomposition. The remains showered the nearby cars, bikes, and shops with blood and organs, and stopped traffic for hours. Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Thermal drone python. Well, wildlife hunters have found a new way to hunt down hiding animals. Yep, there's no hiding from thermal drones. This video shows a bill booth trying to spot and track pythons at night. So, within a few moments of flight, the drone picked up the image of the python resting in the forest of Florida. After which, the animal guy rushes toward the serpent and gets hold of its tail, after a little struggle. But the adventure does not end there, as the next bill goes for the head of the snake and then picks it up like a victory belt. Just let go of the thing, man. Dancing on whale. What is this guy doing? Is he out of his mind? Look at this guy. He is dumb enough to worm on a demised whale like that. Don't you know that it can explode? And furthermore, it is illegal to touch wildlife like that. Drones versus locusts. 2020 really showed us all the shades of crazy, so let's add one more to the list. A major locust attack in India. How do you battle a gargantuan mass of billions of flying bugs? Well, the Indian authorities found a perfect solution for that. They sent their best drones out on the battlefield to eradicate the massive swarm. These drones sprayed insecticide over the locusts while slaying many with the rotor blades of the drone. Unidentified creature. Caught in the woods while a bunch of friends were hiking along with their drone, an unimaginable creature appeared out of nowhere from the trees. crawling among the leaves. After posting the clip on social media, some people claimed the mystery creature looks like a skinwalker, while others think it's a mutated version of some wild animal. What do you guys think of it? Let us know in the comments section. Ice disk. This video captured a stunning phenomenon, a spinning ice disk. This incredible ice disk is formed every year in the Presumpscot River in Westbrook, Maine, where the temperatures plummet. Usually, these spinning ice circles are formed on the outer bend of the rivers, where the accelerating water creates a rotating force which breaks off a chunk of ice and spins it around, forming a perfect circle. This natural stunt has attracted attention from all around the globe. Mystery creature. While the Appalachian Mountains already have a bad reputation of being surrounded by mythical creatures, this drone footage sealed the rumors, featuring an eerie creature with big red eyes. Although it seems like a gigantic owl, since it rarely makes an appearance during the day, it could be a Mothman, a bat-like winged creature. According to legend, the creature is thought to be around 7 to 8 feet tall, has a 10-foot wingspan, and likes to rest in nests inside the caves. Shade balls. This isn't a bouncy ground for kids, it's a water reservoir. In order to combat the drought and unwanted chemical reactions in drinking water, the Californian authorities decided to dump 96 million black balls, also known as the shade balls or the bird balls, into the Los Angeles water supply to prevent the water from heating up, hence reducing the evaporation process and saving more water per year. Look at how mesmerizing it looks from above. Ducks in rice paddies. This is not a stampede of ducks running away in panic. 10,000 ducks are released into the rice paddies to clear all the pests in them. This is a traditional way of cleaning the rice paddies in Thailand. This procedure is known as Pedlai Tong, which translates to field chasing ducks. Look at how cute this stampede looks. Sharks among school of fish. Caught in September 2016, the drone footage shows a literal cloud of fish stretching for miles just a few feet away from the shore, with dozens of black-tipped sharks going nuts over the big school of mullet. Well, each year, mullets migrate along the Florida coast during the fall, typically passing through Palm Beach. The fascinating footage was recorded by DeBill from Coral Cove Park on Jupiter Island, with dozens of blacktips cutting paths through gazillions of mullets, leaping above the surface and thrashing as they eat. And according to a fact, bluefish and barracudas are also known to occasionally show up at the Great Feast. Sea serpent. Caught in 2012, the footage shows Loch Ness Monster of Iceland, better known as the Lagarfjord riverworm. The footage was taken by a local resident, Hjortur Kjærulf, featuring an alienoid creature swimming into the stream of the river with a winding and twisting motion. According to a legend, a small heatherworm was put onto a golden ring so that the gold would grow along with the ring, which later turned into a failure when instead of a ring, the worm had grown enormously big in size and continues to grow up until now. Is the creature featured in this video a Loch Ness monster or not? Maybe this is a wooden log or a piece of cloth. What do you guys think? Ship frozen in ice. Beauty comes at a price. And speaking of which, this mesmerizing drone footage shows a giant cargo ship stuck in the middle of ice jams in St. Clair River. In January 2022, when the cold weather was at its peak, ice jams led this unfortunate ship to get frozen in time. According to reports, the ship was logged to make its way to Chicago when it got doomed in miserable fate. But thanks goes to the icebreakers, through which the ship was freed to continue its journey. Frozen lighthouse. Fabulously frozen in time, the drone view shows a beautiful ice castle along Michigan's The Shoreline. This one can be found on the North Pier of the St. Joseph River, built in 1907. Thanks to the bizarre combination of freezing cold winds and waves, it tends to convert the tall and elegant tower into an ice sculpture. Well, actually, in the winters, when the temperature falls down to below -30 degrees Celsius, the waves crash against the structure, creating and falling over the lights, pier, and walkway, leaving enough water to form a thin sheet of ice and snow over them. Submerged mosque. This drone clip shows a remarkable discovery in Fulvaria Dam Reservoir, India, when, after drying up of water in the southern region, a mosque emerges from it. It wasn't until September 2022 when the mosque was submerged in water for 30 years. Judging by its architectural structure, people claim that it was built 120 years ago and was called Nuri Masjid. And since the recovery of the old structure has sparked curiosity among locals, many youngsters are seen plodding through muddy water to take a perfect shot with the building for their next Instagram post. Mud volcano. Occurring in September 2022 at Tabin Wildlife Park, the footage shows a rare volcanic eruption phenomenon called Lipad mud volcano. According to reports, the phenomenon is absolutely not dangerous, covering an area of almost the size of a football field. It lasted for 10 whole minutes while producing strong bubbles of mud, which weren't even hot. In the Lipad mud volcano, a mineral-rich soil is formed for natural licking of animals. Private jet villa. If living on the edge had a face, this would be it. You might have seen interesting destinations before, but I bet nothing could be as wild as this one, located in Bali, Indonesia. The drone footage features a private jet turned into a luxury villa while dosing us with a gorgeous view and an opportunity to walk over the cliff on the wing of a plane. And if that's not enough, the private jet boosted with a full-fledged interior with premium and luxury finishes. Definitely an Airbnb trip of a lifetime. Army of Butterflies. Straight out of a Disney princess movie, the breathtaking drone footage shows migration of monarchs from Mexico's Oyamelfir Forest, a 10,000-foot mountainous area just north of Mexico City, where these butterflies reside during the winters. This group effort allows the butterflies to form a colorful kaleidoscope. According to scientists, the trees in the forest provide an umbrella for the monarchs, keeping cold temperatures and precipitation off of them as they try to retain fat for their upcoming journey in spring. Murmuration dance of birds and sheep. The soothing clip shows bird murmuration while a pack of sheep dances below. The rare sight was caught in Lanshu, China on October 1st, 2022. But why do birds swoop and swirl together in the sky? Well, the answer to this beautiful creation of Mother Nature lies in the fact that, firstly, it keeps them warm as they share body heat, and secondly, it helps them encounter larger predators such as owls or marten. Giant graffiti. While art comes in all shapes and sizes, this street artist took its expertise to the level of mountains. Meet Guillaume Legros, a French artist who paints mountains. Big thanks to the drones being able to capture the full-size view of his gorgeous creations. Street art images of local people, dancing women and children, all using biodegradable homemade paint. He creates his own paints using a secret recipe to paint these gigantic images. Guillaume's art is big enough to cover an area from swaths of fields to mountains, which I believe can only be visible from the great heights. Thousands of green turtles. Off the coast of Australia's Rain Island, a team of researchers managed to capture this happily ever after of some 64,000 green turtles, making their way towards the shore. Each year, green sea turtles head to shore to lay eggs, and the turtles themselves are often hunted, along with their eggs. The researchers' footage captured in December 2019 helped them in calculating the amount of endangered turtles who managed to safely head around the island. Hanging coffins. Hidden inside the cliffs of Donggix River in China, the drone footage shows around 24 coffins hanging 328 to 459 feet above the river. The wooden coffins are dated back 2,000 years, with minimum signs of decomposition the coffins are perfectly preserved, all due to the eerie location of the coffins, which allows for little sunshine and encases them in an airy, rainproof, dry place. According to research, ancient Chinese belonging to the Tang dynasty used to split the wood into halves and hollow them to hang their departed souls to prevent animals from hunting the bodies and get the land free to farm. Gates to Hell. Moving forward towards the Turkmen Desert, the drone footage shows a burning gas crater, also known as the Darvaza gas crater. Near the village of Darvaza is a 230-foot wide hole that has been on fire for over 50 years. Its fiery glow can be seen for miles around, and it is often known as the Gates of Hell. The crater was initially formed in the early 1970s when the ground collapsed during a Soviet gas drilling expedition, where scientists lit the massive hole on fire in order to prevent the leakage of natural gas. And ever since then, the hole has been burning like so. Grand Prismatic Spring. Crazy bright colors and enormous size. Let me show you one of the most fascinating locations situated in Midway Geyser Basin, Yellowstone National Park, called the Grand Prismatic Spring. The third largest spring in the world, the Prismatic is bigger than a football field at 370 feet in diameter and 121 feet deep. The hot spring has bright bands of orange, yellow, and green rings forming in the deep blue waters. These multicolored layers are due to hues from different species of thermophilic bacteria living and residing progressively in the cooler water zone. Flying fish. With this next clip, I'm going to present to you a fish that has all the rights to say life is unfair. It's the infamous flying fish, found in both the Atlantic and Pacific coasts of the United States. But while this looks mesmerizing, the poor creature has evolved to escape a single predator just to become the perfect prey for the next one. Although the fish can make powerful leaps out of water and into the air, it turns out there is no win situation for them. They can be picked off above the surface by frigate birds and devoured underwater by the Dorado. Can't imagine being alive just to be eaten. Woman swimming with orcas. While out for a Coromandel swim, a woman, Judy Johnson, was caught swimming surrounded by orca whales at Hahe Beach, New Zealand. The extraordinary drone footage was captured in December 2018, where 3 orcas slid by the woman in the water. And if you're wondering why orcas are seen playfully swimming around her, nearly nipping at her toes, then let me tell you this fun fact. Orcas have generational knowledge. They only eat what their mothers and grandmothers have taught them to hunt. Hence, they look pretty harmless to this woman. This image was taken at the dead of night using thermal imaging, and it shows a person curled up in a fetal position near a riverbank. In a small town, a teenager went missing from his bed. This created a panic among the close-knit people, and they started a volunteer search. One of the volunteers took out his new drone to search for the boy along the places that were not so easily accessible on a cold and dark night. As the volunteer was flying his drone along the riverbank, he saw a person in fetal position. Paramedics were called, and the boy was found. The boy had sleepwalked from his house all the way to the riverbank. Drones have revolutionized almost all the important fields of life that involve getting the visuals from an inaccessible place. Huge pink rabbit. If you like collecting plushies, then the huge landmark resting in the mountains of Colette do Fava is going to be your heaven. A giant pink bunny was left there by a local art group as an art installation. This 200-foot-long creepy bunny was made in 2005 by 4 artists. It was meant to last for 20 years, but unfortunately, it decomposed sooner, and now only an outline of this bunny can be seen from above. White manta. While looking at flying fish is pretty awesome, this next video is even more exciting because it's as rare as it can get. While flying a drone over the sea, it captured a huge white manta ray gracefully swimming in the water. You might be wondering what is so exciting about it. Well, let me tell you that this majestic creature is extremely rare because of albinism. they face many challenges in the ocean due to them being different, so seeing one with this size is extremely rare and exciting. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.